Hey there, it's Jeremy with The Level Designer, and I'm here on my fourth day of Blocktober. And if you haven't been keeping up with this kind of series, Blocktober is a month-long challenge that I'm going to be participating in, and it's basically every single day. You just want to make something, blockout wise for level designers. So each and every week, um, as you can see from these plans, I have a project in mind that I'm going to be working on, and this first week in October is going to be working in Unity on a open world type game that features Viking zombies. So it's kind of the theme. Um, as you can see here, yesterday was a really lengthy video that I made, so I'm going to try to keep this relatively short, but I am going to try to, do a few things. But as you see, we have the, kind of the starting area here. I will say that yesterday, after I got done recording, I did run into some issues. I was trying to convert the project to a universal render pipeline, which if you are not familiar with that, there's universal render pipeline and I think it's high definition render pipeline, and those are just some graphical systems that are put in place by Unity to make a game really stand out and look good. But also there are a few shaders and stuff that you can make with those pipelines. And I was going to use a water shader that I downloaded, but unfortunately, I needed to, I think, use the universal render pipeline in order to use that water shader. And I was trying to convert everything. I ended up, converting all of the materials and stuff. But for some reason, the trees that I was using and my terrain, like, just were so big. Like, it was just basically like these trees plus like times 100. So it was just like right here, if you were looking at this, all you could see is just large trunks just growing out of the ground. So I couldn't find a way to rescale them. So I just dropped the universal pipeline plans altogether. And as far as the water, I what I did was I just created a simple water material here where I set the albedo color to blue, and then I have the rendering mode set to transparent. And then with that, it kind of has a water effect, or look to it. It doesn't really look like great water, but it's there. So um, it's something that I'm okay with. I'm okay with the water looking like this. Uh, it represents water, and it's kind of doing what I want it to. And of course, as you can see, this boat makes a little bit more sense. We might play around with this beach more, so that's actually the one of the first things I wanted to start on um, with this video. So I'm going to click this plane right now, and I'm going to disable it. And I'm going to go into the terrain, and one of the first things I want to start doing is I need to smooth this out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into this brush right here. I'm going to turn down the strength of it, and also the size. Actually, I don't know if I will need to worry too much about the strength, but um, we'll do what we can. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to... whoa. I'm going to hold down control, and I'm going to click there. I'm going to click here. And I think this might be a good kind of I think this might be a good start. I think that this is fine. That is definitely not something I want. Definitely gonna... This just seems like it's kind of much. I am going to smooth this out. Maybe that will help a little bit. So yeah, I'm going to smooth out the terrain. And I'm just going to kind of see if I can at least try to raise some of this. Try to make it less, you know, less egregious. I think I am probably going to try to raise it a little bit. I'm going to go for a higher brush size, and I'm just going to try to raise this a little bit. I think I was too big though. The goal is to make something more like a beach, and what I could do as well is I can go in and enable this and just make sure that it doesn't look too crazy and we don't have any like islands popping out or anything. You know, this is kind of something that you know, I've been needing to do. Because really this beach shouldn't really be this, you know, this steep of a decline into it. So we really want to have a really good slanted, and I don't even know if we really needed to add this. I think we just maybe needed to just smooth out the transition. But maybe we can also, maybe we can also do this though. Just control click. Yeah, I don't want that because that's not gonna really look good. Instead of that, I'm gonna just smooth the height. Just to smooth this out. And hopefully this will, you know, make things look better. Again, if you enable the water, you can kind of take a look and see what it looks like. I'm fine with that, really. I think the goal was to really make it to where the player could kind of have a flatter surface to start on. So that's kind of what I think that's what I may have done. Yeah, and you see this is much more manageable. It kind of looks a little bit weird, and we could probably go back and kind of clean up this grass, and maybe this can be kind of like just a kind of a cliff face or something, but you know, you can still run around. Yeah, so I'm liking the beach. I think the beach is looking fine. Still, we could probably do a little bit more work on this. You know, probably really flatten these areas out, and also probably want to, you know, maybe get rid of some of this grass. I mean, there's really no point to having it because it just doesn't really, I mean, it doesn't really make sense. And then we can also go over to this area and just get rid of some of this grass right here. Again, this makes kind of no sense to have this grass on here. Especially if this is more of a like a cliff face or something, you know, you don't really want to have that be prominent. And actually, what we could do is we can go into the paint texture, and we can go down to the layers, click rock, and then we can really size this down a bit. And we could probably actually paint some of the rock texture on here to make it look a little bit more natural, as like a natural rock formation. So that's that's something that we can do, and see, it looks kind of more natural. I think I kind of like it. I think it's kind of a cool cool little area that we have there. So we have this worked out. I want to start really working on the village, and the village is really important because that's going to be kind of a really good danger zone, So kind of what I want to start doing is I want to start. I'm actually going to smooth everything, and just kind of just make sure that there's nice kind of flat land. There's not a lot of different crevices, but we can kind of keep the the hills here, and maybe smooth out the hills a bit. We just want to make sure that there's, again, enough walkable space and whatnot. So with that in mind, let's go and start building shapes and whatnot. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna make a new shape, and whoa. So here's this. I'm gonna click this, and then again, I'm gonna kind of follow what I did on this other shape this building over here. I'm just gonna work on providing a good shape, and I'm actually, I mean, you could also kind of follow this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 there, it seems like. So if I just click this and then insert edge loop, we can actually take both of these and then move them down right there, and then we can extrude. What we could actually do is we could merge faces. We can extrude that way. We will kind of have it go back in a bit. We're going to scale this down. We're going to move it down. And then we're just going to extrude it again. Just have a kind of a little thing there. And we can also we can move those forward, or we can extrude those out. And we can do the same thing on here. We can merge faces. We can extrude, go back in, scale it down, go down, extrude again, go inside, click these, hit extrude, and there we go. And we can also, go down here and we can make these a bit taller if need be. I know these kind of were left high up there, but we can also move those down. And another cool thing that you might want to do too, and I kind of did it with the tints over there, but maybe you want to add some curvature to the building. If that's kind of what the style that you're wanting to go for. So if you click like the top here, the top edge of the roof, and then if you hit insert edge loop, you'll have this edge loop kind of created and selected. So if you want to, you could scale this down or up or whatever, but you could scale it down a little bit and then maybe move it down where it's kind of equal. And then, you know, maybe you want to add in a new shape like this. I don't know why it's it's just spawning like a ways over. But yeah, you could maybe just have this just be kind of just a skinny piece that you could put on the top here. So if we select this, let's bring this up. And then let's bring this down. And then we can move this if we wanted to. Move this down, and then we could scale this. Well, that's kind of. I don't want to scale it that way. Let's just use this, so you can kind of go up, and you see that it's kind of slanted too. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move these kind of out like that, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna select. I'm sure there's probably an easier way to select every single edge in an edge loop, but for now I'm just gonna do this. And again, we'll want to kind of match. We'll want to kind of, you know, match things up. We don't want to necessarily have everything kind of weird, but huh. So that's that. Huh, that is really weird. Well, that's fine. We'll go into here. We have this selected. We'll insert an edge loop. And then with this, we can actually move this in here. And then we can select this face, have it kind of go up here. We can actually scale this down maybe a little bit. And just kind of have it go on that side, and then we can move this up here, scale this down a bit. So it's kind of a nice styled building. It's a little bit different. And then again, you can select all of these as you know, all these individual objects, and then you can come up and then create empty parent. Let's call it just rename as house. And that way, when you select the house here, you'll be able to kind of move this around. Of course, it's not really in the right area, but yeah, you know, you can kind of do your own thing. And I'm gonna figure out how I can yeah, it's kind of weird. And there's probably a way to, you know, go through it and make sure that, you know, this sort of thing doesn't happen, but um yeah. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to create a new shape and hit build and see what that does. Yeah, I don't know. That's really weird. I mean, everything else is kind of working a bit, so maybe the group isn't, I don't know, the best idea, but so we have this building. So what we could do is we can kind of position it again. Maybe like right there would be nice. Let's just work on, you know, these individual kind of items here. I'm gonna kind of move this over. Maybe this could be another building. You can also have shorter buildings too, maybe. Never hurts to have different sized buildings. And you can, you know, follow kind of the same design principle that you did on other objects. And instead of like doing both of these, you could also maybe just do the middle. And just have like maybe a bulkier kind of place. Extrude. Maybe you want to just make things look a bit different. I mean, that's kind of the fun with blocking things out, is you can kind of do your own thing. Extrude. You can go out here and lift up. Maybe lift up a little bit more. So you bevel. Maybe extrude again. I just want to make sure that they all kind of fit in the ground. And we can create a new shape. Say we want to have this be 1. And then let's say maybe 5 by 5. We can build this. What we could do is maybe there's like an abandoned forge or something, so we can just build out a kind of a small little outside area. Right there. Right there. And also go and bring this up. Just make sure, you know, it can be kind of meet the floor from all sides. And maybe we can put like a forge there or something. And there's kind of this starting area here. And then, and you don't even have to go this in depth with the buildings. I mean, you can keep it as simple as just like laying out things as just blocks. So if we wanted to, you know, just have something like this, and then you know, scale it accordingly, maybe 6, right? And then you can have this go, and then move this up. Like this. Scale it. I do want to have this kind of go in a bit like this, maybe. And then, you know, you can always duplicate buildings, and then just, you know, reposition some. Maybe this isn't as long, but you can, you know, still keep kind of the same shape. So maybe you want to have a building right here. And then let's say we do want to have like a docker or something. So we could press D, duplicate this, and then we can bring this over here. Let's say maybe it's not like the longest dock ever, but we can still, you know, have a good dock starting, and then maybe we can like have it go out like that, and you can extrude it and then move it kind of up a bit. Create a good maybe sized ramp, and then extrude it again, and just kind of make, you know, different kind of areas for it. And you can also move these in if you want to, but let's say maybe you want to, you can move it out like that, but I don't like that. You could extrude. Just make, you know, something like that, maybe. And then you can extrude again. You have it kind of go from there. So it's kind of more built into the ground. And you could select this, extrude it. Have a second kind of thing going there. And you could probably move this up too a little bit. I mean, may make things look a bit kind of weird, but you know, you could actually probably move this in, and then move this out a little bit more. Of course, you can add in many different little you know, pillars or something. So you could do that. Where's that? Cool. So we can just have it go one by one. Let's make it 5. Let's see what 5 will do. Of course, it's gonna have it. It's gonna have it, you know, kind of appear at another angle or something. So you can duplicate this, make it. It looks kind of big, but I think it will be fine for now. Again, you'll have you know, environmental artists and 3D modelers, you know, making the artwork. So that's kind of, it's kind of nice to do some prep work for them though. But yeah, so that's kind of the doc. I'm gonna end this video though. You know, I think that you know, I got a good start on the village. I'm kind of liking it. We kind of have kind of a flow starting to go. So yeah, I wanted to just make a smaller video today, just kind of just doing a little bit more pro builder stuff. But we're gonna be working on this project for a few more days, and then this Sunday, I'm going to start on the first Unreal portion of Blocktober, and that is going to be first-person shooter. And the theme that I have is trick or treat shooting kids with candy, but I'm just going to have trick or treat kids with candy. I'm not going to have a thing where you're shooting. Well, probably will going to be shooting kids, but you're going to be a kid, and I kind of have this idea brewing for maybe instead of like a gun, I was going to replace the gun prefab in Unity and maybe make like a little Halloween bucket with candy, and then just replace like the yellow bullet with like maybe make a cute little piece of candy thing, and then just replace like the loud banging that I don't like. It's always so loud. I don't know why it's that loud by default, but replace that with maybe like a little swooshing sound. So the idea is going to be more just a game where you're playing as a bunch of kids while you're trick-or-treating, and you're just throwing the candy that you're getting at other people. And maybe there's a cool mechanic where you have to go to different houses and like trick or treat to get more ammo. Then you can go out and throw more. I love that idea. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm going to start doing next week in Unreal. So with that in mind, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is kind of a shorter video. Last video was a long time, so I do apologize for that. But yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and if you like the channel, make sure to subscribe and comment if you have any sort of questions or inquiries. I'll try to get back with you as best I can. But yeah, I hope you have a great day, and I will see you later. Have a good one.